For 10 long years, Geometry Dash has existed. It is pretty crazy to believe how much this game has changed ever since its release, in August 13th, 2013. From the game originally being based about simple, fun-to-play maps, to the game being one of the most challenging, complicated, and community-run games ever. This game is not just cubes and spikes, trust me, there's so much more in store than that. This simple video game has passed through so many different events and occurrences that ended up changing the community several times in the past. Hackers like Space UK and Anaban really left a huge mark on the game. Legends who verified extremely hard levels, such as Novelboy, Riot, the list goes on, and many creators who had changed how people looked at the editor. So now that you have a basic idea of what Geometry Dash is like, let's talk about Averbus. This story dates back to early update 2.1, when a creator by the name of Best Player Ever created the hardest level in the entire game. This level was believed incompletable, at least around the time of its release in 2017. This player wasn't very known, therefore his level didn't get seen by a lot of professional players. Around August 8th of the same year, there was an argument between a couple of players, and the level ended up getting deleted due to a hacking threat. A couple days later, Best Player Ever's account was hacked as well. There is no footage of the original level, however we know it was named Averbus. The hacker was later identified as QCaps, who had already hacked a couple of accounts and levels in the past. He was most known for his hacking threats and fake verifications of levels. However, not many people knew him, of course, as he tried to stay low and away from accusations. It is January 12, 2018. Best Player Ever returns to Geometry Dash for the first time in months. Curious what the game has in store now since his departure in August the year before. He opened the game for it only to reveal that his account statistics, levels, and achievements were gone. Confused, he loaded his account's saved cloud data and nothing happened. This was quite the moment for him, as he really valued his achievements and everything he had ever done. However, this was not the end. An old in-game friend of Best Player Ever, Nepukus, reached out to him and said there might be a way of getting one of his levels back. Averbus. Best Player Ever's hardest and most impossible level could be recovered, and Bess was down to do it. This would begin the most important part of the level's history. Through a special code created by his friend, they created a special bot. This bot was capable of finding any level within the game's files or servers. It was illegal and risky, but this level was important. This was his second level. So the search began. The bot was turned on, and it began to search the servers for a level called Averbus. The bot or the code was made to almost travel back in time and find any deleted or unlisted level ever. It was a painful search. About 1 month later, they managed to search through over 4 million different levels, but to no avail. The level was still not found. Best Player Ever, in the meantime, re-begun playing the game once again, and started beating challenges and hard levels in general. He liked buffing levels as they helped him improve a lot at the game. However, he soon once again lost interest in the game, and the operation was called off. He believed it was pointless, and the past was the past, so he let it go. Not much talk of Best Player Ever had happened until more recent times. On the 23rd of September 2019, Nepukus decided to investigate one more time into the depths of the Geometry Dash servers. He adjusted the script of the bot to be more efficient and effective, however, he did not expect results. Around this time, another unknown player released a level, Averbus. It was the exact same name of Best Player Ever's level, and also the only other Averbus ever. This Averbus, however, wasn't any different than Best Player Ever's level. It almost seemed to be an exact copy of the original level. The level was unlisted, which was a major problem for Nepukus once he found the level. It took Nepukus an entire week to find 2 versions of the level with the bot, the remnants of the original and the unlisted level by someone he did not know. Nepukus attempted to contact Best Player Ever about the level, however he did not respond. Bess had left the game for more than a year now due to his loss in interest for the game. Nepukus was left with 2 choices: forget about it or attempt to retrieve the level anyway. Napukas, realizing just how much Bess really wanted to recover the level, he decided he was going to get that level. The first problem was that this mysterious player, Q-Caps, didn't have any other levels, so Napukas couldn't comment on any of the dude's levels. Q-Caps also had his in-game messaging set to friends only, so Napukas had no other choice but to send him a friend request and wait for a response. About a month had passed and the request went through. Napukas finally did it. Napukas now had access to the level. He used the ID he had discovered to unlock access to Q-Cap's unlisted Averbus. And then he hit play. It was the level, but how had this player recovered it, and why did he not give credit? Napukas was still around when best player ever's stats were wiped, however, he never found out the reasoning behind it. Dude, this is gonna be so crazy. I'm gonna get in a call with the verifier of Averbus. Oh my god. Alright, let's do this. No way, is this the verifier of Averbus right now?
I guess it's me.
Hello, I wanted to ask you some questions today. You down?
Okay, yeah, sure.
So, what made you believe you could perform such a feat?
Man, I don't even know. I just took it as a joke at first, but then like when I got to the first wave, like I took it seriously. That said, I couldn't like stop myself. I had to beat it. I say regret it sometimes, but in the end, I think it was worth it.
How many attempts did you think it would take?
Well, once I started caring, I thought it would take at least like maybe 20k, but it didn't really look that hard. But now here we are, like 300k attempts, and I finally verified this level.
Dang, that's a lot of attempts.
Yeah.
How do you feel about beating such a tremendously hard level?
I mean, I just feel like I can do anything. It's like a fever dream. These past few days just feel like a blur because with all this recognition I'm just receiving. In general, I just feel like me, but like it's a really great feeling to be done over with this level.
Thank you for talking with me and taking your time for this.
Yeah, very well.
Now we see the level once again on Best Player Ever's account. If you guys want to be featured in my Averbus playlist, just tag me in the video where you complete it.